Sold-out houses are being treated to the hottest show on the Borscht Belt circuit. It's 9-year-old Herschel Slansky, and the kid is putting them away.
A lot of people ask me why I'm in show business. You know what I tell them? Hey, I'm a kid. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But I love my parents, I really do. They're in the iron and steel business. My mom irons, my dad steels.
Look out, Martin. Look out, Lewis. This kid's headed for the top.
Ladies and gentlemen, Funny Man, Bobby Bittman.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Come on.
He started coming in for psychiatric sessions at the age of 13, I believe. He refused to be acknowledged as Herschel, only Bobby. I did not recognize this as a dual personality at the time, but more an alter ego. He was, and I refer to Bobby, an arrogant young man, cocky, and even more disturbing, he was a chronic liar.
Thank you very much. Boy, this is some kind of special night tonight, I'll tell you. You know, not only does tonight mark my 1 millionth performance, but I thank you very much. But you'll notice there's film cameras in the room tonight, and they're filming my biography for some television show. Isn't that something? Can you imagine my life seen by millions of people across North America? But thank you. I think that deserves some applause.
We've been proud of Herschel since the day he was born.
Bobby.
I call him Herschel.
He prefers to be called Bobby.
He's a good boy. He does everything for us.
Everything. He sends us a sizable check once a month.
Very substantial. And, what else, Sam?
I think that's it.
1 million how are yous later, huh? Yeah, it's been a tough road, all right. It's been a tough road. I had to step on a lot of people to get here. No, I kid.
He stepped on a lot of people. But that's just the way he was. He would do anything to get ahead in the business. He could really stick it to you. Really very, very cruel. He dumped on me, boy. But in its heyday, it was a good act. It eventually destroyed me, but I can't say it wasn't fun in the beginning.
Make these people laugh.
And why not?
I'm too depressed.
Hey, what do you got to be depressed about? You're on the Sullivan Show.
I know.
Well, you're making good money.
I know.
You got your health.
I know.
Then what is it, dummy?
People think I'm a dummy.
Thank you. Now, that's just not true.
Yes, it is.
Now, you listen to me. Just because you look like a dummy.
Yes.
And act like a dummy.
Yes.
Doesn't mean people think you're a dummy.
Is that right?
Of course that's right.
Gee, I feel a lot better.
Then let's finish the song.
Okay.
Dummy.
People started calling me dummy. On the street, they'd recognize me, and instead of saying, "Hi, buddy," they'd say, "Hi, dummy." How you doing, dummy? Hey, there goes the dummy. I became the dummy. It affected my credibility as a person. It affected my family. kids started getting razzed. They stopped talking to me. I think they were just embarrassed. And then my health started slipping.
He developed a heart condition.
Well, I don't know if it had anything
I know.
So I finally went to Bobby and I asked him if it would be okay if we dropped the ventriloquist bit, and boy, he just went berserk. I can't honestly say he took it well. He said, "I'd rather lose you than the ventriloquist bit," which made no sense at all to me. And that was that. I never heard from him again.
I love women. You know that? I really do. And if you don't believe me, I can show you some canceled alimony checks, because I got a stack of them. I'll tell you that. Now, I've had so many wedding nights, I could make a week out of them. Yeah, boy, I'll tell you. You know, the kids today, though, they got the right idea. You live with somebody before you get married, you know? It's, yeah, because, you know, that way you get to know them, there are no surprises, and you won't end up with your feet in cement at the bottom of the Hudson River.
There were two real low points in Bobby's life. New Year's Eve, 1979, the night the me decade officially came to an end, and the day he married Carla Gambiani.
One question, Bobby. Why all the secrecy?
Why the secrecy? Yeah. Because that's the way Carla wanted it. What, are you guys going to be on the honeymoon, too?
Bobby, how does it feel being married into the largest mafia family in New York?
I don't think that's funny.
But Bobby, come on. Are you saying you did not know your new father-in-law is Sam Gambiani?
What are you talking about?
Hey, Carla, is that true? Bobby doesn't know?
Well, we were going to discuss it on the honeymoon.
Wait a minute. What? Discuss what? What are you
Bobby,
saying?
what do you think?
Wait a minute. I want to hear this, because are you telling me that your father's a mafia guy? I don't understand, sweetheart. Why wouldn't you tell me something like this?
Because you wouldn't have married me, that's
I wouldn't
why.
have married you. I wouldn't have said, hi, can I buy you a drink?
Carla, why didn't you tell your father?
Because I'm mad at him. Because he won't let me do anything on my own. I mean, I can't go anywhere. I can't even leave the house without no bodyguards. It was driving me crazy. So I just wanted to prove to him, you know, I could do something completely on my own, okay?
And you did, sweetheart. You got my name on a hit list. I'm having a private conversation with my wife here. Now, come on, give me a break. What are you saying?
Look, I've had a very hard day, okay?
I'm 13 here. What are you saying?
It was a bad mistake that he thought would cost him his life. As it turned out, it almost cost him a lot more than that. It almost cost him his career. Sam Gambiani was actually delighted to have a famous entertainer marry into his family. He was a fan of Bobby's. He had a real soft spot for show business. It was almost like he was showing off Bobby, like one of his possessions. The shocking news about the whole Gambiani affair was the revelation that Carla was an aspiring actress and her brother Vincent was an aspiring writer. This got Bobby very nervous, especially when he saw the screenplay that Vincent wanted he and Carla to star in. It was a terribly written film called Passion Flower that should have ended up in a garbage can. But the old man was very excited about the package.
Harry Goldberg was running the studio at that time. Mr. Gambiani flew out to Hollywood to try and convince Trident Pictures to make Passion Flower, written by his son, Vincent, who worked in one of his canning plants, starring his daughter, Carla, and her husband, Bobby Bittman. Mr. Goldberg thought the script was awful and told Mr. Gambiani that under no circumstances would his studio be pressured into making this picture. Shortly after Mr. Goldberg's death, I became head of the studio. And my first order of business was slating an immediate production date for Passion Flower.
What are you doing out here?
I'm trying to keep warm is what I'm doing. You forgot to pay the heat again. And you've been out drinking.
Maybe I have been drinking. Maybe I just got fired from my job down at the canning plant. Maybe I just couldn't take it no more.
So you lost your job. Oh, talk about adding insult to injury. How do you think that makes me feel, Chad? You think I like this stuff? You think I like eating beans every night? You don't think that maybe I'd like to serve something fancy now and then, like some steak or some sturgeon or something? You don't think I hate what my life has become in the last 10 to 15 years?
So it's my fault.
You're the one who drinks your paycheck away. And now you lost your job.
Blame everything on me. As if I'm responsible for the state of this stinking, rotten world.
Now shut up, Chad.
You shut up.
No, you shut up.
No, you shut up.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I love you.
Remember the dreams we used to have when we were young?
Yeah. Sailing off to some undiscovered island in the South Pacific.
Completely deserted except for some friendly natives.
And we would lie on the beach, and I would feed you grapes like the Roman gladiators of old.
And we'd watch the flowers grow.
And we'd watch the flowers grow.
The film died. It opened and closed on the same day. Carla left him. And shortly after that, she married an 18-year-old croupier from the Golden Nugget. Bobby went back into doing stand-up comedy, but not for the Vegas crowd. No, he was fed up with Vegas. He aligned himself with the folk music craze and the coffeehouse scene that was surging across the country. He was looking for a new audience.
It takes a happy man to sing a happy song.
The Reavers, ladies and gentlemen, with It Takes a Happy Man. And now, let's welcome the new spokesman of the folk generation, Bobby Bittman.
Thank you very much, Nigel. Hey, who's feeling mellow tonight, huh? Really? Boy, isn't it hard to stay mellow when your social conscience is so active, huh? Hey, how about Khrushchev, huh? Anybody noticed how much weight he's lost since the Cuban blockade? Really? Apparently he's on a new diet. Only eats crow. Yeah, apparently he swears by it. Hey, how about John Glenn, huh? Doing a triple around the globe? Really? I'm glad to see Kennedy's plan is right on schedule. You know, putting a man on the moon by the end of the decade. I'd like to see them put a man in the White House by the end of the decade. Oh, wait, no. You know, if Nixon had been elected, that joke would be a hit, you know? Because you can't do jokes about Kennedy. I don't know. Hey, how about this kid, Bob Dylan? Wasn't he fabulous, huh? Yeah, boy, imagine a songwriter singing his own songs. It's a novel idea. I got one piece of advice for Mr. Dylan, though. You know, it's one thing writing songs in the privacy of your own loft, but when you sing them in public, comb the hair, shave the fuzz, and cut the nails, because you won't get too far looking like that, I'll tell you.
The Bittman people called and invited Buddy and myself to attend what they're calling his millionth performance. I told Buddy not to go, that after all these years, we owe that dreadful man nothing. And I don't think his health could take it. But Buddy, being the kind, forgiving soul that he is, said we should go for old time's sake.
For old time's sake.
But I made one stipulation, that you not be introduced and no mention be made of your presence. I don't think his heart could take being in the spotlight again. Mr. Bittman agreed.
Because I love people and I love chatting with people, and this looks like a good table. Hi, sweetheart, where you from?
I'm from Buffalo.
Buffalo. I got relatives in Buffalo. I think they're dead. Then again, so's Buffalo, so No, it's a wonderful town, really. Ooh, jeez. Let's see. And hi, sweetheart. Who's this dummy beside you, huh? Ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe this man flew all the way in for my millionth performance tonight. Mr. Buddy Phelps, ladies and gentlemen. Buddy, come on up on stage. Come on. Come on. It'll be fun. Come on, buddy. Buddy Phelps, ladies and gentlemen. Face the crowd. Come on, buddy. Thank you very much. Boy, I'll tell you, it's been a long time. It's great to see you, partner. You're looking fabulous.
Thanks, Bobby.
Really? What have you been up to?
Oh, you know.
Buddy, for old time's sake. Huh? How about it? For old time's sake up here on stage? Come on.
Oh, no.
The old ventriloquist routine, huh?
No, Bobby.
Come on, for me, buddy, please. Wouldn't you folks like to see a little piece of history here, huh?
In 1963, Stanley Kramer produced It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, a very successful comedy utilizing the talents of literally every known comic going at that time, except Bobby Bittman. Bobby was very upset, as was everyone in the agency, and he desperately wanted to make another picture where he could once and for all show the world what a brilliant comedic talent he was. He wanted to direct it, produce it, star in it, to ensure a quality product. Jackie said, I just want everybody to have fun, because that's what comedy is all about.
Now, I want that son of a bitch off my set!
He's only a kid, Bobby.
First of all, it's not Bobby, it's Mr. Bittman to you. Mr. Bittman, that goes for everybody! Now just do your job. Make sure he knows his lines.
I'll talk to him.
Just do it! Okay, everybody. We're doing a comedy here. Let's lighten up. Time is money. I want my actors!
He was a horrible man who scared children. And he was quite unfunny. He'd come into the makeup wagon at 6 a.m. and start spewing these new jokes he was trying out. Put us all in a hostile frame of mind for the rest of the day.
The poor slob was Bobby's statement as an auteur and as a real person. After the first preview screening, he said to me, Jack, if this don't bag me an Oscar, then I don't know what.
So you see, children, don't be sad. 'Cause up in heaven, there's lots of work for clowns. People have to laugh up there, too. So remember me, 'cause if you do, whenever you're sad, in the deep, dark recesses of your little minds, you'll hear laughing, 'cause a pie hit my face. You'll hear laughing, 'cause I tripped on my lace. 'Cause a clown performs in a child's heart for a laugh, for a chuckle, and it's getting dark. Goodbye, don't cry. It's time to die.
It was called the biggest disaster since Sodom and Gomorrah, and it completely destroyed him. He was a shell of a man when I first met him, shortly after the picture was released, and I felt for him because he was dealing with this enormous failure alone. He had no one, and I could see that he needed someone to care for him. He needed someone to support and encourage him. He needed a shoulder to cry on. He needed someone to love him. Unfortunately, he ended up with me. It was a mistake.
The marriage lasted 6 days. And with that failure, Bobby shocked the entertainment world. by announcing his retirement from show business.
It's the first time he'd been home. Since when, Sam?
I don't know, 15 years.
I said, so what happened with Marcia? What did you do? Did you say something? She seemed like such a nice girl from a fine family. Her father was a very successful lawyer.
But he made a fortune in first and second mortgages. A very hutsy-tutsy guy.
But did he listen to me?
No, because you kept calling him Herschel. He hates to be called Herschel.
That's not what made him leave that night.
Oh, here we go.
His bags weren't even unpacked yet and he's gone.
All I said was that some people are cut out for this business and some people aren't. I couldn't lie to the kid. He's my son.
How about a nice hand for Mr. Buddy Phelps, ladies and gentlemen? Huh? What a trooper. I think he's okay. He fainted or something. I think the hot lights must have got to him. Is the producer of this biography show in the, there you are. Can we edit this Phelps thing out of the show? Because not that Phelps would mind, you know, he's a great guy, but it kind of threw a crimp into the show, and we can do it? Great, that's good. Let's see, where was I? Whoa, throws your rhythm off.
1 week after he retired, he calls me. He wants to do another picture. I said, why don't you just tar and feather yourself? It'll be a lot less humiliating.
Jack found him a nice little script. It was called Easy Rider. The part of a lawyer who befriends a hippie, and they ride around on a motorcycle discovering America. The part would have launched a major film career. It would have done for Bittman what it did for Nicholson.
He said, 8 weeks on a bike, I'll end up with sores on my ass, and for what? Just because some hippie gets shot? I said, I think you're missing the point.
He wanted us to get his face on every magazine cover in the country.
I said, hey, who are we kidding here, Bobby? Your career doesn't need a PR firm, it needs a priest.
but there was a challenge here we couldn't resist. I mean, he wanted a complete image makeover, get him back in the public eye in a very positive light. We told him this was not going to be inexpensive. He said, money was no problem.
But we needed an angle, a hook.
He tells us he's recently remarried, he has a new baby who's the love of his life. And we thought, what better angle than this?
Perfect, A1. We got on the cover of every major magazine, including Time and Life.
Time and Life.
It was not easy. But we were proud of what we accomplished.
But wait, here's the kicker, all right? We later find out he did not get remarried. The kid in the picture is not his kid, but some kid he hired for the photo shoot. Absolutely incredible.
But it got him what he wanted.
Yeah.
He was back in the mainstream. And the new family image landed him a new sitcom.
How are ya?
His demands were outrageous. He wanted complete creative control and a 26-show guarantee. No pilot. I said, Bobby, I'm an agent. I'm not a miracle worker. But the idea of using a real comic to play a character in the comedy business was appealing to the networks. And it certainly worked for Danny Thomas and Dick Van Dyke. They bought it.
Okay, kids, time for bed.
Over my dad, Bobby.
All right, you two, come on over here. Sit down beside your old dad, huh? You know, I was so busy rewriting my monologue today, I didn't get a chance to tell you how proud I am of you two. You went to the doctor's today? You didn't even cry.
No, it was easy. And he gave us a second everything.
You see? Didn't I tell you it wouldn't be that bad?
The guy ahead of us sure didn't like it.
Why? What happened?
We heard the doctor say, Mr. Jones, I just got your test results back. I have some good news and some bad news. And Mr. Jones said, what's the bad news? And the doctor said, you only have 1 week to live. And Mr. Jones said, what's the good news? And the doctor said, oh, you see that nurse over there? The one with the big jugs? I finally got in a sack last night.
Oh, kids.
Good night, everybody.
It was the crudest display of bad taste I'd ever seen. Needless to say, they yanked the show immediately.
But for Bittman, exposure on national television did exactly what he wanted it to do. The failing up syndrome that's so prevalent in the entertainment industry had worked again. He went back to headlining main rooms as a major star. And he's remained up there ever since.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You know, as a comic, in all seriousness, you have made this night for me something very special. Your laughter, your warmth, your acceptance, if you will, has meant a lot to me. And if there's one thing I know, it's people. And I know that you have been touched by me tonight, and I, in return, have been touched by your response. And I'm humbled by it. And I thank you, and good night, and may God bless each and every one of you.
The irony of Bittman's life is that for a man whose career was built on jokes, he's the brunt of the biggest joke going in Hollywood. The one about the screenwriter who gets a call from his agent who says, "Guess what? Lucas is interested in producing your script." And the writer says, "What? George Lucas wants to produce my script?" And the agent says, "No, not George Lucas, Sam Lucas. He's young, but he's got enthusiasm." "Oh, and Spielberg wants to direct your script." And the writer said, "Steven Spielberg wants to direct my script?" And the agent says, "Not Steven Spielberg, Stan Spielberg." "Oh, but he loves the project." "Oh, and De Niro wants the lead role." And the writer says, "Robert De Niro?" "No, not Robert De Niro, Ralph De Niro." "Oh, and Bittman has been signed for the support role." And the writer says, "Bobby Bittman?" And the agent says, "That's right."
On the next Cinemax comedy experiment, a satirical look at lifestyles of the poor and frumpy. Merrill Marco's Guide to Glamorous Living, premiering May 18th.